MSI Music Scene Investigation on the air. Glad you're with us, everyone. Rich Wildman here. I'm going to be your host today. Music Scene Investigation. If you don't know what it is, you've been living under a rock. I'm fairly convinced of that by now. Yes, Music Scene Investigation is where indie artists send their music for our panel to review. We set that music in front of our panel of industry experts and get their technical review on the music provided. The interesting thing about it is our panel only hears the song one time, and they have no idea who it's from, the genre it is, or anything about it until they hear it. And after they hear it, we'll let them know who it's by. But first, they give us their review of it. That's what makes it a unique opportunity for indie artists, because you get unbiased reviews of your music for free. You can't beat that with a wet noodle. Well, you could, but it wouldn't be very fun. That's all I've got to say about it. Going to meet our panelists, but first I want to tell you, if you missed on Wednesday, Music Scene Investigation hit list on MSI Radio, you missed out. The Happy Daggers with their track Closer was our hit list winner, our band of the month, and it was a great time had by all. Rob Lindquist from the Live to Play Network and Sound Pro Live was on our panel that day, and like I said, we had a lot of fun. So if you missed it, tune in again. The second Tuesday of the month, next month, the 13th of March, we'll do it all over again with a new set of contenders. Those are our Song of the Week selectees for every week of the previous month. Last week's selectee, for example, was SGU with their song Spin the World, and they'll be up competing against all other Song of the Week selectees for our hit list winner. So we're glad to have them on board. Also glad to once again welcome our in-house panelist. We're going to go to England and talk to Mr. Ian Husbands first. Ian, how are you, sir? Good things come to those who wait, I hear.
Allegedly so. I'm plagued by the plague this week. So we've written a big red cross on the front door, which means no one's to come round just in case it's leprosy.
Well, let's hope it's not. Show your hands, all fingers there.
Leprosy, bits and pieces falling off of me.
I have a lamp.
Now I'm half the
uses
man I
leprosy.
used to be.
Well, it looks like you're all right.
I'm surviving.
It looks like. Now, Tom, you had something to say about Ian's leprosy song?
No, I was just saying, I have a lamp that runs on a leprosy.
Obesity.
All
now
right.
I'm twice the man I used to be.
All right, let's skip the parodies and go straight into some statistics from last week's witness poll.
Well, generally, everyone agreed with us. So, Spin da World was top in best songwriting, best performance, and best mix and production. But it only, it was actually joint first in best performance with Song 3.
Really? So that was interesting.
It was, but overall on songwriting and mix and production, it was 100% votes.
All right, so there you go. I guess the panel got it right again.
I think we did. Well, we certainly pleased the audience this week.
Oh, that's good to hear. Always happy when we can do that. Tom Chianti, you've already met him. He's a recording engineer from New York City. Mr. Chianti, how are you, sir?
Oh, so formal, Mr. Chianti.
That's what your people told me to call you.
This is true, and my people carry guns.
That's what I've heard.
Not for much longer.
This is true, but the water pistols anyway.
Just loading them with lemon juice makes my eyes sting. How you been, Tom?
Okay. Just resting this weekend rather, and then getting back into it.
Yeah, I know that you've been keeping fairly busy. You've been doing some audio work on an independent movie for a while. How's that coming along?
That's sort of on the stall. We're waiting for Mr. Big Bucks to come through, but you know how those things are.
Yeah, no, it takes a while sometimes. Well, I appreciate your taking the time out of your schedule to be with us.
Oh, it's my pressure.
Always a pressure. And our guest panelist today is a returning guest panelist, friend of the show, and we're glad to have him back. Last time we talked to him was prior to the Olympics. So we're going to get an update on that and much more. Here he is, Dave Carrera, owner and CEO and all that good stuff of Carrera Drums. Dave, how are you, man?
Very well. How are you?
Doing great. It's glad to have you back, man. It's great to see you. I guess they will let you out of your cell at some point today, won't they?
No, I'm not allowed out. No, unless I have medication. I've been off medication for a couple of months now, so please don't wind me up. Don't get me angry. Otherwise, I'll growl at you.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll let Ian get you angry, and you can. He's much more accessible than I am.
Easily done.
So
as you know, he's about a minute down the road.
That's true. That's exactly why I pointed that out. So now, last time we talked to you was prior to the Olympics taking place, and
that's finished now.
It is finished, and
it happened. It was quite a big show they put on. I don't know if you missed it or not, but yeah, it's all finished now. It's all been taken down. It was all plastic.
Plastic.
Didn't you see the news? Yeah, no, it was all just plastic charade. It was like a big theatre thing, like Hollywood. It doesn't exist anymore. It's not there.
I did not know this.
East London has disappeared. It's all gone.
I had no clue. I thought, it was more realistic than what I've seen in past Olympics. Hollywood magic. It's amazing.
The bit I really liked was the opening ceremony where it showed all the great Brits. That just went to show that all the great Brits are actually fictional characters.
Yeah. James Bond, Queen.
That's
speaking
of the opening bits, there was an opening part of the ceremonies where you had one of your people involved, which is really kind of cool. We talked about it last time you were on, and the gentleman who was involved was supposed to get his head tattooed and body painted with Carrera Drums and running through the crowd. How did that work out?
Well, he forgot the pink knickers, so he said to himself he's not going to do it. But on the serious side, he really, really enjoyed it. I mean, it was a great time for him, for us as well, in a funny kind of way. And then he went to the Paralympics as well, and there was another show thing that he did as well. So he's got quite a lot out of it.
Now, we have a gentleman in our chat room who's asking you to send him a piccolo snare. Now, I know that
the fact I haven't answered is the answer.
Well, like I said, I know that you know more about drums than I could conceivably know. So I want to ask you, is there such a thing as a piccolo snare?
It's a term, it basically means it's just a very, very, very shallow shell, very shallow, no depth to it, making a very, very bright cutting sound. Whereas when you have a deeper shell, generally, depending on how you tune it, of course, it gives you more fat sound, more of a thump.
Now,
so basically, my terriers, the piccolo snares you're going on about, the little ones, the little terriers. So I'm just looking up the shelf. This is anyway. Yeah. What we got? Right. Grab this one. See that one?
Right.
See that there? You got that? Where are we?
Yep. We can see it.
It's quite shallow. It's actually 3.85 inches. Don't ask why. It just is. I just fancied making something different. So that's quite bright and sharp, and it's known for it. It's very reggae, ska sound, Britpop, quite high power rock as well. Very, very that kind of thing. Then, when I showed you earlier, when we were off there. 1 second. Sorry, my stomach's not a very good video. Right, here we go. This one?
Okay, yeah.
See, that's bigger. That's more like maybe what was called in the olden days, like concept drums and all this sort of stuff. You had different names for different things. Basically, just a different depth. So the shallower they are, the brighter and more cutting they are. The thicker they are, like this. The deeper they are, sorry. More deeper sound, more fatter sounds. More sounds that you're probably used to in American rock and that kind of thing.
Now, since you brought up the differences and seeing the two differences, you said that, the first one, the thinner drum might be used for ska, reggae, and things like that. Do you find that drummers in a lot of cases have, 3-4 different types of snares they use depending on what they're playing?
Absolutely. It's always, as a drummer anyway, it's always good to have 2 snares for every gig, just in case you split a head or something goes wrong, so you've got a spare. That's just a given anyway.
Right.
On top of that, on my kit, the way I set it up, I have 2 snares on the go at the same time. A lot of people do this, it's not just me. To get 2 different sounds, 2 different, so I can swap between the 2 pretty quick. Also, sort of to clarify this thinner and all this stuff, I use my Terrier, which is a very, very short, sharp sound, for every single song in a 40-song covers band set, which Ian, would know about. And we're covering everything from the Killers, Green Day, Metallica, 60 songs, the whole lot. So it just depends really how you play, how you tune, and the rest of stuff. But the things I said about the drums are just generalizations.
And it's more comes into play in a recording situation, doesn't it, really, with different types of drums and stuff like that. You're never going to keep swapping the snare on a live gig, depending on what song you're playing.
Unless you've got the 2 sets up. On my Facebook page, you can see, because of the lung issue, you can see the way I've got the kit set up, and it allows me to have 2 snares up and 2 sets of hi-hats and everything else. So, and that gives me a great time to have fun with, swapping within songs as well.
All right. Well,
Dave, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Is there some type of law that says the drummer has to hit the snare when the engineer goes to put the mic on it?
Yes. Yes, because we love pain, and we love watching other people's pain, and that's why the rim shot was developed.
Every time I've mic'd the drum kit, I've asked them, don't hit until I move my head.
It's a territorial thing. You're getting too close, you see, so just warn you. Whack! It could be your head. It could be your head next.
Okay.
And you've got to remember, Tom, that drummers are instinctive creatures. Their instinct is to hit things, and you can't tell them no.
Yeah.
all right. I don't know where the conversation went to, but it's gone someplace. So let me ask you this. Yeah, let me find out from you, Dave. We know that you had some health issues. You're gotten through those now. You're back to drumming. When are we going to be able to see you out and about then?
When am I gigging next Thursday? I'm down in Ealing. It's a new one for us. I just every week or so, a couple of gigs a week, I think. But I'm also depping in with Ian and I'm Beaky. Ian, Tony.
Who? Oh, Tony Beaky. Yeah.
Beaky, Dave, those of you can make and search Beaky. He's got a little 3-piece band that he does as well. I'm just stepping in for his drummer Hud at the moment, just because while he's getting over a small medical issue, and that's all good fun. I'm enjoying that. Also, can I be a little bit cheeky? Got a very good friend, and Ian knows who she is. My friend Rowena Poole.
I know Rowena, yes.
Singer, bloody good singer, friend of both mine and Sam Kelly's as well. And it's her birthday today. And I know she's watching this because she said she would. So,
hey.
Rowena, happy birthday.
Hello, Rowena. Happy birthday.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to her. And
is she still playing with Huggy and Alex? Alex?
Not sure. I know she's working with Sam a lot. But we're supposed to be getting some musical thing going as well. So, yeah.
Well, either way, happy birthday.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. A big happy birthday. Now, we're glad, as I said, to have you back with us after the Olympics. Now that things have calmed down a bit, we're getting you back in the schedule, and we're very pleased about that. Are you ready to listen to some great new indie artists?
Yeah, come on in. Let's get it on.
All right. Well, let's do that. Let's listen to our first artist today on Music Scene Investigation. Here they are, everyone. This is song number 1 on today's MSI. Enjoy it.
stars, they light the night, like the sun in the morning light. All I know is I'll be there someday, and these stars, they light the way. 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 Well, these stars, they light the night, like the sun in the morning light. All I know is I'll be there someday, and these stars, they light the way. And these stars, they light the way. These stars, they light the way. And these stars, they light the way. These stars, they light the night, like the sun in the morning light. All I know is I'll be there someday, yeah. These stars, they light the night, like the sun in the morning light. All I know is I'll be there someday, yeah. Someday, yeah, yeah. These stars, they light the night, like the sun in the morning light. All I know is I'll be there someday, yeah. Someday, yeah, yeah.
And there you have song number 1 on today's MSI. I want to find out what the panelists think of it, so we're going to go over to Ian Husbands first, find out what he thought. Ian, what do you think of track number 1?
Yeah, there's something going on here that's pretty good. But, I mean, just overall, the hook and the melody and the lyrics I didn't feel were as strong as they could be. It's left me feeling sort of, yeah, this is a real great instrumental performance. The singer's singing great, but as a song, it's an interesting arrangement, but there's not much going on with the vocals. It was that sort of same little thing repeated over and over again, and even that wasn't hooky enough to sort of grab my attention time and time again. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of good stuff going on here. The vocal has been recorded very, very well. I like where it sits in the mix. I like the performance of it. A tad bit of auto-tune going on there, which was a little bit obvious in places, but, you know, that was more on the intro. And overall, the performances on all the instrumentation is very tight and very, very good. I found the bass was a touch too heavy, loudness-wise in the whole song. It was a bit dominating. I felt the drums needed a bit more clarity, a bit more snap on that snare. Let's hear those cymbals a little bit more, brighten things up a touch. It was all sort of sitting in the mids and bottom end on the drums. The guitar sounded great, actually, except for that delay on that intro. Because of the odd timing on the intro, with that delay sort of just washing all over it, it made it really hard to get my head around what was going on a little bit. Even when the vocal came in and started to keep the rhythm more, I was struggling to sort of place those guitars with that vocal. It wasn't until when the whole song kicked in that really started working for me. That intro was a little bit disorientating. I think maybe the delay time was wrong on the guitars for the rhythms it was playing, the timing it was playing. So that didn't work for me. But I mean, overall, there is something very good here. I think the singer needs to go back, revisit the lyrics, revisit the melody, and start giving it a bit more, opening it up, and using some more of that song. There's a lot of empty space in there, which could have had interesting vocal arrangements going on. There were some BVs. Would have liked to heard some more. But yeah, really, it's the melody and the lyrics that let this down for me.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Ian. Let's go to Mr. Tom Chianti, find out what he thought. Tom?
Yeah, I generally agree with Ian. That intro was very wet, and the delay on the guitar really got in the way of the vocals. It wasn't until they got past that things seemed to dry up, and you could hear the vocal better. That guitar was still kind of loud. Balances, as far as the mix goes, could have been better, could have been clearer. Commenting on the song, I agree with Ian. I mean, there's talent there in all whoever took part in it. I like the guy's voice and stuff, and the playing and everything, but the song just didn't do it for me. And they really need to spread out the mix, make it wider, and generally just separate things, and like you said, maybe a little bit more background vocals. The bass was just too big, and like I said, I pretty much agree with Ian.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Tom. It's a first. Ian is shaking his head and smiling. I can see it.
God, I'm good. Good, I'm good.
Well, let's find out what Dave thought about this one.
Oh, wait. Remember, I am sick.
Oh, okay. We'll take that into account. Dave, what are your thoughts on this one?
All of the above. Vocal, a bit lazy, as Ian said. Just seems to repeat. It's very lazy. Flicking around the styles I've written here. Is it Killers or something? Anyway, there's a lot of chopping and changing between all different styles, and for no apparent reason. It didn't seem to flow. It just seemed we can do that, and we can do this, and we can do that. So it seemed like a demo of styles that they can play. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But other than that, it was okay. Not over enamored, but it was okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And
Just going back, I want to go back to that quickly. What Dave said about the chopping and changing between styles, I really do think that is something that would work. I mean, bands like Incubus and stuff like that do that quite often. But it needs to be tied together by that vocalist. Yeah. Going from a sung part into a totally different part, it's not shifting in a natural way.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember a cover we do at the moment. I was racking my brains and I just can't remember what it is. But that does exactly that. It chops between different styles and different bits and pieces. But it's tight. It's tight as a nut. And when you're doing that, you have to be that way, and it has to be grouped together. And the vocalist just isn't doing anything. It's just I don't know. Maybe they get a vocalist.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Fair enough. Thank you very much. The name of that track, everyone, it's called These Stars by Echohead. We appreciate Echohead sending that track in to us right here on MSI. If you're an indie artist would like to send your track in to be reviewed by our panelist, it's very easy to do. Go to musicsceneinvestigation.com and then click on the Submit a Song link to submit your track today. It's all a lot of fun. Now, gentlemen, we have 2 more songs to listen to, so let's get to it. We'll take a listen to track number 2 on today's MSI, as long as you're ready.
Ready.
All right, here it is, everyone. Track number 2 on today's Music Scene Investigation. And that's track number 2 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Let's go straight to Mr. Tom Chianti, find out what he thought. Tom, your thoughts on this track?
Let's see. Overall, it's a fun track. I think it could have been done better. It sounded stiff. And the kick was way too loud, and the impact too hard. And I don't know whether it was the bass part he was playing, or just that he just really wasn't grooving with the kit. And when the guitars came in, it kind of could be a balance thing. I mean, I like the direction they're going in. It just needs to be tightened up by loosening up, if that makes any sense. the background vocals in the middle eight are all but lost. That section really needs to be worked out. Vocal could have been a little higher. Overall, it's a dark mix, which is fine. But it lacked some defining frequencies for me.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, Tom. Thank you for the information. Mr. Dave Carrera from Carrera Drums, your thoughts on track number 2?
Mr. Dave, eh?
You're
being very formal.
I just got the memo from your people too, so Mr. Dave.
Okay.
So.
At the beginning, I thought it was going to be the opening to the Avengers, the 60s program from over here. It sounded very much that way. But anyway, we moved in, and then we went into musically, for me, in my head, Amy Winehouse's version of Valerie, which is where the bass and drums were trying to do. Then in the middle eight, I started to hear Gay Bar, and moving with a vocal from The Cure. Now, putting all that together, and I totally agree with Tom that if you're going to do, if you're going to do the bass pattern, the bass drum pattern or kick drum pattern that he was playing, then the bass has to join in. It has to be tight. Yeah, dun, dun, dun. You know what I mean? Like Valerie. That's where I was getting that from. You can't be two opposite things. They were like fighting each other. So they need to join. They need to come together. Work on that a little bit. But the song was a good little pop song. It was enjoyable. It was a bit fun. It was okay. A bit of tidying up, and I think that'd be all right. That one.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Dave. And Mr. Ian Husband. See, everybody's sending me memos today. Ian, what do you think of track number 2?
It's God to you, not Mister.
Oh, sorry.
I mean,
I
this
thought it
for
was
me had a lot
goddamn.
Goddamn, that's what most people say. Or Jesus Christ, but I think that's the long hair and the beard. I don't know. For me, this had a lot of influences as well. I mean, I heard more Arctic Monkeys. With some elements of the Beatles in there, with some elements of the Specials in there as well. Them sort of 70s synthy sounds and stuff like that. As Dave said, there's a good pop song here. I mean, if they sort of went down the Arctic Monkeys route, they'd sort of have a storm, I think. I mean, I was expecting a more regional British accent when that vocalist came in, and we got that sort of African feel. And then it moved into that sort of British accent in the chorus, which pleased me. I liked that a lot. But, I mean, overall, I found the vocals were badly balanced in the mix. They were fine in the chorus, but they dropped out in the middle eight. And then in another chorus, they were a bit quiet. And just they were all over the place on levels. I found the rhythm guitar was a tad too loud, but it was nice. It was very suitable to the sound. They were trying to get that sort of choppy, sort of distorted sound that they had there. I mean, yeah, the bass and the drums didn't quite lock as I would like to have heard them. It needed to drive a bit more. That was a bit sloppy. But overall, the performances from each individual player as individuals was pretty strong. I mean, I thought all the performances were pretty strong, but just the fact the drums and the bass could have locked more. I liked that heavy middle eight they went into. That was nice. So the arrangement was good. I mean... as the above, there is something good here. It needs tidying up. I think the attention is paying to the mix, and attention is paying to your backbone, which is your drums and bass. Because if they're not going to lock, nothing else is going to work over the top of it exactly as it should.
All right, makes good sense. I appreciate it, Ian. Thank
Rich?
you. Yes, sir, Mr. Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they had some interesting stuff going on that was just buried in the mix. Some of the synths and other effect was just like buried. It's a balance thing, really, and that's all.
All right. Well, thanks for the clarification. Appreciate it. The name of that track number 2 on today's broadcast, is called In Your House by a group called The Shy Lips. So we appreciate their sending that track into Music Scene Investigation. All right. Want to remind everybody that we're here every Sunday. You can find us here. You can watch the shows on YouTube or download them to your podcast player, your iTouch, your iPad, whatever the case is, you can subscribe to them through iTunes directly. Just look for Music Scene Investigation. We'd appreciate it if you would. Now, gentlemen, we have one more track to listen to on today's broadcast. So we're going to get right to it and take a listen to track number 3 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Here it is, everyone. Enjoy. And that's track number 3 on today's Music Scene Investigation. I don't think I said infestation. Somebody accused me out in the chat room of saying that, but I don't think I did. We'll let our panelists be the judge of that. We're going to go straight to Dave Carrera, find out what he thought about track number 3 first. Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're hunting rabbit.
Yeah, exactly. Someone said that in the chat room. Yeah, Elmer Fudd meets White Stripes.
That was me.
I'm trying to be kind, but I can't be because
we ask you to be honest.
Yeah, there's. I'm sorry, but this. I keep laughing. I got Pinky in the chat room. It's Elmer Fudd. Honestly, it does White Stripes, and I can't think of anything nicer to say. I mean, the drumming is lazy. I don't know if it's just one person doing the whole thing, and it's done all the parts. Maybe that because it doesn't seem any cohesion. Somewhere along the line, I've heard the medley before in something. I don't know. It's just really lazy, and a very bad demo of something. I'm sorry I can't be any more positive.
As long as you're honest, that's what we ask for. So we appreciate your thoughts on that. Let's go over to Ian and find out what his thoughts are. Ian?
All right, let's try and ignore that Elmer Fudd's on the show this week. I mean, it's really nice to have someone famous on in my book, so I'm quite chuffed that he's actually submitted a song. But let's start at the very beginning, which was the intro, which is always a good place to start with a song, I find. And I think overall the whole thing is maybe a live take, just taken off a desk in a rehearsal studio, something like that. The drums sound very live. There's no compression. Those toms just sounded loose and flappy and need compression on them to tighten them up and give them make them sound like toms instead of pans, you know what I mean? What else we got? The bass was too loud and I thought was quite simple as well. The guitars were too loud. I mean, I'll give the band or the person who's doing this some credit. They've got an understanding of dynamics, which is a good thing, and a lot of bands fail on that. So there's a dynamic there. There was obviously some structures to this song. There was a verse, there was a chorus, you know, all very identifiable in their own parts, which again, with some songs you don't even get. But, I mean, this needs production. It needs a proper mix. You know, just the guitar, the bass, the drums and the vocals is not enough for this track. It needs more. It needs things like cellos really sort of underlying some string parts in the background, and it just needs a lot of attention, really. I mean, the vocalist, sorry, man, you do sound like Elmer Fudd. I understand where you're sort of trying to come from with that growly sort of, or it was almost had a sort of 9 Inch Nails sleazy quality to it, but you need to work on that. At the moment, you sound like Elmer Fudd, and that is not good for you as an artist.
All right, I appreciate it, Ian. Thank you very much. Tom, your thoughts on track number 3?
I'm driving in my car. To be honest, he really did an Elmer Fudd in the intro. It got less as the further he went on. Too loose, too laid back, better enunciation. Ian may be right. It may be a one take because it's all over the place mix-wise. Not tight. You know, I mean, the simplified bass was actually a good thing. He stayed out of the way of the overplayed drums. And I think, you know, the guy's got to rethink his singing style and put more energy into it. Very laid back. And that's not good. And overall, do a real mix on it. I don't think cellos would help. Maybe a Hammond organ or something. Some more backgrounds, if there were any. I couldn't hear them.
There were some, but they were more like layering than backgrounds.
Okay. The song is very familiar, like Dave said, melody-wise. And I don't know, it's like a cover band's first try at an original. And
do you know what? That's a really good. I actually really like that analogy. That is very much what it sounds like. I've got demos that sound similar. I don't sound like Elmer Fudd though. I sound like Popeye.
Well, I was just laughing because I think it's Mark said I have a better voice. Overall, yeah, it just needs some work and some more definition and a rewrite.
All right. Well, I appreciate your thoughts, Tom. Thank you very much. The name of track number 3 on today's show is called Children's Parade by a group called WoodenHez. WoodenHez with Children's Parade. Thanks for sending that track into Music Scene Investigation. Now, before we turn it over to our panel to decide on a song of the week, I want to remind everybody it was just put into the chat room of our witness statement. We want to know what you thought about the tracks today. Your turn to get your voice heard. Head to that link, witness statement. It's musicsceneinvestigation.com/witness, and let us know what you think. Now, gentlemen, you've got the task. It's not an easy one always, so you need to decide on a song of the week today.
I think for me, I'm going to jump straight in. It's pretty easy this week. I think the most complete package we've got there is number 2. Number 1 is very well produced from the point of view of the instrumentation and that sort of things, but the vocals really let it down from the point of view of the melody and the hook, not the actual performance. Number 3 we've just discussed, Elmer Fudd through and through. So number 2 for me is the one that's got it.
All right, Ian. Thank you. Dave or Tom?
Dave, go ahead.
I'm going to go with number 2, with the proviso, you know, as long as the bass player and the drummer could tighten up a bit more, and a little bit tidying up in the song, it would be a really good song. I think a good pop song. So number 2.
All right, number 2. And Tom, your thought?
Who am I to argue? I mean, I really am annoyed that it wasn't grooving as much as it should have. But overall, it's the best out of the 3.
All right, that makes it unanimous then. The Shy Lips and their track In Your House will be our song of the week. Gentlemen, as always, thank you for your service and your time on our panel. Dave, great to have you back. I'm glad you're feeling better. You're looking great. And
thank you.
It's just wonderful to have you back with us, man.
I'll put the $5 in the post.
I appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Ian, Tom, thanks to you guys as well. Always great having you with us every week.
It's a pleasure.
That's cool.
Rich.
And just to let you know that hopefully, and we're working on this, well, not as we speak, but we're working on this at the moment, we will have Stepdaddy with us next week. The winners of the 2012 Artist of the Year Award will all be sitting on our panel. It might be the whole band by the sounds of it.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be a great time then.
Could be an interesting show.
It's going to be one heck of a feat if we can get worked out. We're looking forward to it. Hope you are too. Thanks for being here on Music Scene Investigation, hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. Going to play out now with In Your House by the Shy Lips on Music Scene Investigation. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for joining us.
But you ran right to the floor.